Hey everyone, it's Nikki, and today we are going to be looking at the Marvel Series 2 CMFs. Now, I really love quite a few of the figures in here. They're not all 10 out of 10s, but there are two, maybe more, at least two of my new favorite top Marvel figures. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat that they are the Moon Knight ones. I loved that show. I wanted sets for it. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but the fact that we actually ended up getting two of them as minifigures, I just think was super exciting. Now I kind of just want to dive into it right now and give you my final thoughts at the end, but what I will say is that my greatest disappointment is that the set did not come with Khonshu to go with them, or at least Layla. It was just such a missed opportunity. But anyway, the CMF series is set 71039, and this is the first time that the blind bags have turned into blind boxes, which means that there is not going to be any more feeling of those bags. I think that that's going to definitely lead to a decrease in sales for the CMFs, because I'm personally someone who loved to go and sit at the floor in Target or Walmart and feel my way through the bags with my friends. It was one of my favorite Lego activities, and so the loss of that kind of hurts a little bit. But anyway, you can pick up the blind boxes now at any retail store that does typically sell Lego, like Walmart, Target. I often get mine at Barnes & Noble. I also want to take a second to thank my friend Lucky Bricks for sending over the Marvel CMF series so that I could review it for you guys. I was really eager to give you guys my thoughts on these figures, so big thank you to them. That being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into the review of these figures and I'll share with you my thoughts. First up here, I did want to start off with Jen Walters as She-Hulk. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, she's not my favorite, but she's really one of them. She just turned out amazing. Got some unexpectedly good-looking dual-molded arms and legs. The detailing on the side of her shoes is hilarious. I just think she looks adorable. She comes with two also really cool accessories, one of them being the case file from the Abomination. That one is seriously awesome, but I actually think that the second one is my favorite. It's a cell phone, and she's getting a call from Wong. It's just perfect. I literally think that she came out top tier, if I'm being honest. I also just think the coloring and everything was really accurate, and I really like everything from her hairpiece to both of her facial expressions. They're both very Jen Walters, confident She-Hulk / lawyer lady. Next up is a character who, to be honest, I don't really care for very much in this CMF series, but I love the hairpiece. It's literally got colored printing on it. Why was this not Fennec's hairpiece? I just it. To me, this is one of those figures that shows that Marvel, their designers, they just are so much better at making new pieces, picking the right pieces. I don't know if that's a funning thing, but whatever, sidetrack. I really liked her hairpiece. I just don't know if this character is one that I would have gotten. I'm not necessarily saying that her printing is bad. I mean, I think everything from again, the dual molded arms, the side printing, especially on her leg, is amazing. They did get some really nice detailing in here. I have no idea what this stick thing in her hand is. And I think she's a fine figure again, but just not one that would ever be in my, oh yeah, this is what I want in my top 12, top 10, Marvel CMF figures. Maya Lopez, but not one of my favorites. And now, just staying on theme with the show Hawkeye, we have another one of my favorite figures in this CMF series, and that is Kate Bishop. And one of the reasons for that is the piece that just fell here, and that is this little puppy, Lucky. But that dog just melted my heart in the show, and honestly, look at how they even got the eyes sewn shut here. It's so adorable. Literally one of my new favorite Lego pieces. Oh, and I'm not treating it well. Kate Bishop does also have the Spot the Pizza box. Of course, she's got her bow and arrow strapped to her back and in her hand there. I think the hairpiece used for her is perfect. It works really well. And I also really love her torso, vest, arm printings. Everything looks really good. She's got some subtle leg printing on the side there as well. And for her back face printing, just a more, I guess, cocky, arrogant Kate Bishop. Certainly fitting for her character. And I really love the bandaged upper eyebrow on this side of the face printing. It's a little bit more beat up. You'll see here in a minute that Clint also has the same deal kind of going on. But again, yeah, she's one of my favorites, and Lucky definitely has something to do with that. Clint here also looks really good. He's got a simpler printing than a lot of these other figures, probably one of the most simple. If you notice, he does come with the owl that did fly out of the Christmas tree, which was in Rockefeller Center, I want to say. And yeah, you'll notice, I mean, this is a much simpler figure, but I think that it's fitting. I mean, he dresses very simply. Got the bow and arrow, of course. And you can see the bandaged upper eyebrow for him. It's on the opposite side that Kate Bishop has. And I don't know what to call this, more of a dad smile. Very fitting for Clint. It might actually be one of my favorite Clint ones, if we're being honest. Next up, we have the Beast, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've kind of had my mixed feelings just because I'm not a big X-Men person. I definitely loved the movies, but for me, I just wasn't sure how this fit in. The CMF series is a little bit of a question mark to me, but I know that this is such a popular figure, and there are things that I do like about it. For one, I really love the mug that he's holding. If you'll notice, it does have the X-Men logo on there, which is really, really great. Probably one of my favorite Lego mugs now in existence. So this is Beast from like X-Men 97, I believe. He's got some pretty crazy like hair going on, I guess fur going on there. One thing I definitely do actually really like are the like clawed toes, if you'll notice at his feet there. Got a microscope in his hand, which is why I've got the nerdy expression on his face there as well. And if you turn it around, gosh, I really hope this is focusing because this camera is not really showing me that it is. Got the angry beast expression on this side, which is also pretty cool. But I personally just really love the nerdy Hank, so this is how I've been displaying him. In all fairness, I would say that his printing is as detailed as it needs to be. I mean, the guy's just covered in fur. Next up here, back to another one of my favorites, we have Storm, and I'm gonna move this lightning out of her hand just because I don't think this camera, oh boy, I just don't think the camera likes to focus with the props, but the lightning looks amazing. It definitely completes this figure. So this is Storm from X-Men 97. Again, you can see the X-Men logo just kind of peeking out on her chest there beneath this super amazing cape. I think this is one of the coolest capes that Lego has ever made. I also really love this mohawk hairpiece she's got. That is something that Captain Marvel definitely needs. Don't know why this is the first time they've made it. She definitely could have used it, but you know what? My guess is that she'll be getting it very soon in whatever next set that she appears in. Storm is also another pretty simple figure, but I don't really think that she needs any more detail. I am in love with this facial expression. The like cloudiness, the silver in her eyes looks really cool. And because of the mohawk, you'll notice there is no second face printing. So this here is definitely the way to display her. Here we have what has got to be, honestly, in my top 3 figures of this CMF series, and that is Wolverine, because he looks straight, like he just literally looks like a comic book drawing. He is so cool. Just right off the bat, I have to point out the part that really made me laugh when I saw this figure were the hairy arms. I just thought that was hilarious. He's also got the X-Men belt wrapped around his waist there. Of course, really loving his like helmet mask thing that he's got, and if you take it off, you'll notice that his face printing kind of have like this goggles design. Look at those sideburns, man. This is one hairy dude. Kind of has this goggles design so that his eyes can peek out from beneath the mask, and it all looks proportionate. And on the backside, we just have a normal Logan looking face. Honestly, just a really, really great figure. Got those iconic Wolverine claws. And for that normal Logan expression, there is also this hair piece, which possibly another unpopular opinion, but I do think that that looks pretty good as well. I actually think it works really well. I love the way that they like seamlessly transition into that sideburns face printing. But I mean, no matter how cool I think that looks, nothing can beat having this amazing Wolverine mask. So naturally, this is the best way to display him. And he does also come with the really, really sick Sentinel head. There were originally some rumors about a bunch of these pieces coming in this set so that you could build like your own Sentinel minifigure, which definitely really would have been cool. So unfortunately, no rest of the body to complete. To be honest with you, Werewolf by Night might be one of the biggest disappointments for me in this series. That's not to say he's not an okay figure. I think he's, you know, accurate enough, but he, like, honestly, I think he should have come in black and white. I loved that movie. It was just like a fun way to spend, you know, an October evening when it came out. And to me, Werewolf by Night comes in black and white, and I really wish that he did also. I think he could have had the same like moonstone tile, and that could have come in color, would have been cool, but I mean, the brown is accurate, it looks good, but I just, you know, that was just kind of a big miss in my book. Got some good furry printing all the way around, and on the other side, just another werewolf expression. He looks a little bit more, I don't know, cheerful on that side than over here. Good printing, but not really anything exciting in my opinion. The hair piece is pretty cool. Got the ears on the side, but he's just not, like, he might even be like my least favorite if we're being honest. Next up, we have Agatha with the Darkhold book, and let me just get this out of the way because again, for whatever reason, it's not focusing with the props in the hand. This is pretty cool. It's got the Scarlet Witch on the inside there. Really, really love that this is what she came with. And it's also a printed piece if you'll notice, no stickers, so that's pretty cool. Agatha's printing is honestly some of my favorite. I think that she got just such nice detailing in the torso and like the skirt printing. It all looks very, very flowy and witchy. She's also got a great hairpiece, and if we take it off, I can show you, this is actually my favorite Agatha face, the little wink. That is just very, it was Agatha all along. Kind of cute if I'm being honest, I really like it. And then the dress printing just continues on the back there. It looks exactly like the front. She's another figure that I wouldn't really say flows perfectly in this series. And I'm gonna be honest, like, even though I like this song, I didn't really love Agatha as a character, so I can't really place her in like my top few figures either. But like, for what it was worth, like matching the minifigure to the character, I think that they did a pretty good job. Next up, we have Goliath, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not a character that I know well, but for what it's worth, I do like the way that the minifigure turned out, but for that reason, he's also not especially exciting to me, just personally. My favorite part has to be the fact that he comes with the little Ant-Man micro figure, and it actually comes with an extra one, so you do get two in this little mystery box of him if you get him. He's got some pretty nice detailed printing, I think. You'll even notice got a little bit going on the side here, more of a continuation from the front. It's not like anything interesting. I do also think that this helmet is very, very cool. And just underneath we have Goliath himself, just a serious expression on that side. I don't know what to call it. It's not really a smile. This looks more neutral. He also comes with this second hairpiece that I did forget to show, but I'm showing you now. So, very good. But anyway, there he is. He looks pretty good in my opinion, but just not, again, not one of my favorites. We are back to one of my favorites now, and that is Mr. Knight. This is a figure, you guys, that I wanted so badly and did not think we were gonna get. If anything, I definitely thought we would get Moon Knight, but Mr. Knight for me was just out of the question. He's such a simple looking dude, and this minifigure just got him down like perfectly. He comes with one of the best props by far, and that is the fish tank with Gus. And it's just a 1x2 brick with Gus the goldfish, some seaweed, and a pyramid on the side as well. Perfectly within his interests, I would say. Oops, I left the sand. That's the sand for inside the fish tank. He does come with 2 batons, and again, he's a really, really simple minifigure. 3-piece suit on top, all white printing. I mean, the leg printing is, you know, very, very minimal. And he does just kind of have the stitched up mask like on the back here. You can see it a little bit more on the front. He's really simple, clean dressed dude, but I missed Moon Knight. I can't wait for season 2. But without a doubt, at my number 1 is going to be Moon Knight himself. I just love this figure, you guys. He's got 2 of those like weapon crescent moons. He's got 2 of the scarabs. Of course, you only need 1. But I love that you have the option of giving him both of the moons in his hands. I wouldn't necessarily say that those are to scale, but that's perfectly fine. I just love the mummy wrapped figure printing on him. It's just perfectly detailed on the front, the torso, the leg printing, the way that it like seamlessly ties in even in this middle piece here. Got a little bit of mummy arm printing as well on the sides. I feel like mummy isn't really the word that I'm looking for. You know what I mean. He's just like wrapped in cloth. Got a nice cloth cape. Some more of that wrapped detailing on the back. You can see the dual molded legs as well. The moon logo on his forehead. This figure is just so perfect. I love that you can kind of visualize when you're looking at his face printing here, the way that it wraps around him in like the animation. And this is what the back face printing looks like, kind of just Moon Knight when he's wanting to come out of Mark Spector. Such a great figure, and seriously, you guys, like hands down my favorite. Surely some of you out there have to agree with me. I also think the scarab piece is very cool. I don't think I gave that like any attention. But be sure to comment down below which figure your favorite is, because this is my number 1. You can hate me for this if you want to, but I think my number 2 might actually be SheHulk for whatever reason. I just think she's fun. I'll say Wolverine over there is my number 3, and Mr. Knight is my number 4. So definitely let me know what you think about these figures, you guys. I have my disappointments about a few of them. I think that some of them should not have even been included. I don't really get why they're there. Agatha, as cool as I think she is, actually, what am I saying? I don't really like Agatha, if I'm being honest, but her printing is cool. I just like, for me, it's like, why is she in this series? I might have actually liked the first series better based on the What If show, and I think most others are more hyped about this one, which I get, like, there's more variation. These are accurate characters. They're not like these silly kind of versions, alternate universe versions of these, but there are some winners. Again, Moon Knight, looking at you. That being said, you guys, please don't forget to hit that like button if you did enjoy this review, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and comment down below what your top figures are. I think I just shared with you my top 4. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.